I've been thinking about doing these types of videos for a while because of all the hatred towards autistic people that has been going on for a really long time. So I decided to write a scripted video podcast series, and that's what I decided to do. I really want to tell the world my story, so I'm ready to let my story out. Anyways, welcome to Sophie Talks, a video podcast where I get to talk about what it's like being a victim of amnesia and ableism. Sometimes we autistics don't make good eye contact. Sometimes you look at us and think that we're not showing emotions, but we really are feeling things that can make us really happy or really sad, meaning that we do have feelings. If you don't know what the word autism is, it means hatred towards autistic people, and no one knows it exists, but it does in many different ways. You just can't see it. It's similar to ableism, but it targets towards a type of disability community, which is the autistic community. Amnesia combines the word autism and the Greek word mnesia, which means hatred or hate. Yet neurotypical people want to silence us and think that amnesia is fake. In reality, it's 100% real. And the sad reality is that even autistic people think so too. It's heartbreaking that all autistic people are forced to hate each other for who they are, for their special interests, and not only that, gossip can often be spread about them. And gossip can really hurt someone. But did you know that being victims of discrimination can permanently damage an autistic person's mental health? That is why I am an emotionally messed up adult who identifies herself as an autistic depressive. The traumas that we face in society are real. I know people want to believe that they're fake, but the scars that are left on us and the tears we shed are also real. We are all forced to hide our feelings because of the way society treats us. And I really want to put an end to that. The neurotypical world we live in refuses to give us a voice, thinking we're not worthy or capable of anything. But we are worthy and capable of things. It's just that you refuse to believe it. So, I remember a few years ago, it was a very traumatic one. I was being silenced, yelled at, and pushed to the brink of taking my own life. I was sent to a program for people with disabilities known as dayhab by my parents. Honestly, they had no idea this was the biggest mistake they've ever made. I was being labeled as troublemaker and compared to a nasty person who hit me in the face. I wasn't allowed to be with my friends because of who I am, and I am about to explain why. Many of the participants who went to dayhab were way older than me. The building that the program took place in didn't have a backyard for outdoor games. We were forced to play outdoor games inside, which didn't make any sense. And the building itself was too small and didn't have enough room for everyone. Some of the staff were like way younger than us, as young as 19, and honestly knew nothing about helping disabled people. So basically it means that they were likely pulled from the street instead of properly trained in fears of shutting down the program. The person who ran the program said that the program often had music classes on Tuesday, and I remember partaking in those, but because the room the classes took part in was so small, there wasn't enough room for everyone to partake in. That is a big problem. I honestly think that my parents should have done more research in this program by asking people who went there what it was like for them. And the program itself was a lie. The person who ran the program also mentioned that they did karaoke and talent shows, but those were lies too. In reality, when you do karaoke, you get bullied for your choice of music. This one staff member was incredibly rude to me. She got literally every single participant to bully me for the Beatles song I had chosen for karaoke, claiming that my taste in music is boring, leaving me to tears. The mentioned staff member has also posted NSFW content of herself on Twitter, which can get you fired from your job because who knows who can come across what you post. She was a nightmare. Her behavior likely taught other new staff members to act like her, which is not okay. Yeah, I did make a few friends there, but they're not very close due to them being much older than me. Mom did suggest I go there every day, but thank God I didn't. That would have been a living nightmare for me. This program was not for me to begin with. They mistreat autistic adults like myself, teaching us to act more like everyone else in their program who are much older than me. But not only that, they also mistreat disabled participants of color and lie about outings. I remember one time we went on an outing to Niagara Falls and we were supposed to go somewhere for souvenirs, even though I didn't really want to get anything. But unfortunately, we didn't. They lied about the outing. So yeah, the Niagara Falls outing was a bit brief because of participants in wheelchairs, and it was hard for staff to find anything wheelchair accessible. And at one point, the staff member that bullied me threatened to call the police on a disabled participant of color. That was a horrible threat. The staff member is biracial and needs to know that it's not just able-bodied people of color getting killed by the police, but disabled people of color as well. It's a sad reality that gets ignored by able-bodied people. Thank God this person didn't get shot and killed by the police. That would have been a nightmare. Summer of 2019 was quite boring and not interesting at all. Thanks to this horrible program, I kept hoping things would get better the rest of the year, but it didn't work out and kept feeling boring and normal. Until Christmas of 2019, when I got my favorite Queen album for Christmas, Sheer Heart Attack, which helped me to escape the nightmares this year had. However, due to my mental health not being great, the horrors of 3 years ago still haunt me. Staff were always yelling at me and laughing at other participants whenever they were called the R word, which is a horrible word, and tried to defend themselves, calling me horrible names and that they're not trying to hurt anyone. Now, something very important that you need to know. Sometimes our communication can be off at times. Words rush through our heads and we have no choice but to spell them out whenever we're in tense situations. The thing is, not everyone knows this, and it's very important that society understands this. Do you know what happened after the Niagara Falls outing? It was that staff member that I had mentioned a lot already who decided to exclude people in wheelchairs from future outings. That's hurtful, isn't it? That can make them feel left out. How would you feel if you were excluded from outings because of your race, disability, sexuality, or anything that makes you, you? That's what I'm trying to show people here. I also fail at comedy. The staff were very rude to me, and because of my communication, they falsely accused me of being a Trump supporter, in which I am not. Trump is about hate. And if staff act ableist towards disabilities of all kinds, then Trump should be associated with these people. So many people were mean to me, and I wasn't even allowed to express myself at dayhab. So I tweeted that I wanted out of here, and that's what ended up happening. I'm very glad I don't go to this awful program anymore. That's when I started going to Fantastic Friends more. Staff are kinder and friendlier, and they provide so many opportunities for us autistic people. They plan amazing events, and it's one of the reasons why I think this place is amazing. It's very devastating that my parents first considered dayhab. It seemed like a cool place at first, but in reality they're masking what really goes on behind the scenes. The year I went to dayhab, no one supported me, even my parents, and I couldn't be with my bestest friends in the world. I feel very hurt and betrayed by being sent to this horrible place. Everyone felt that the right people were mean, and it was a living nightmare that still haunts me to this day. Why? Because now and then, hate is still out there. It can mess someone up. It can change someone's behavior, which can result in them to get attacked. So much silence is forcing upon us, our friends, our family, this whole world. This is what fuels anger, paranoia, hate, holding grudges against others. Why can't we choose love instead? Love is what lets us keep being ourselves. Love is what brings all of us together. Love always wins in the end. You can either choose love or choose hate, but you can't choose both. Can you make that decision? The dayhab experience is one of the reasons why I continue to struggle daily, get so angry and upset all the time, and it hurts. I want all of this pain to end. I wish dayhab could shut down. I wish more and more people could listen to why we autistic individuals struggle every day. Now, how would you feel if you were me when I was sent to this horrible place? Would you be as betrayed and hurt as I am? Think about it. It's not that hard, you know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and ring the bell whenever I upload a new video. Remember that if someone is going through something and they're venting about it, please be kind. It's the right thing to do. Sometimes a little kindness can make a big difference.